The demand is strong. The inventories of our OEMs are at a very low, historically low level. But we have to face some headwinds, like the components, the electronic component shortage, and the inflations. But this is okay. We will have to go through that for the electronic components. I believe that we will not get out of the difficulties before the beginning of next year.
Challenges around chips are complicated at the moment. We heard from Intel's boss yesterday who suggested this could last years, but I don't think many of the car makers have got the patience for a 2-year supply shortage. Are you more confident that, at least for the auto businesses, it will be addressed more quickly?
The first thing is I wouldn't understand why it would take years. I think that the chip industry has to forecast the volumes, and as far as the automotive industry is concerned, our volumes have not exploded. We are representing about 8% of the global production or the global sales of microprocessors. So, even if you add 1% to this market share, it is corresponding to 10 million vehicles. And we will not have 10 million vehicles more in a short term.
Patrick, more and more information keeps coming to light about the supply chain around chips, and what emerged even out of Japan was that those that had close relationships with some of the suppliers, some of the semiconductors, fared much better. So as a result of that, what happens? What changes on the back of this crisis?
A few things. The first thing is that it is very clear that we have to give to this industry more visibility. Investments are very heavy, and it takes long to put them on stream. So that's one thing. The second thing we have to learn is to be not single source on our key systems. We have to homologate and validate alternatives. I think also that we have to think about being on the mainstream from a technology point of view. That this technology is going very fast. The automotive industry is sometimes a little bit conservative, so we have to make sure that we are where the consumer electronic is. And I think that considering all of this, we should normalize the situation, which has started with stop-and-go situations and transfers to other industry segments. I think this is now 1 year old. The shortages, the new capacities have to come on stream at the end of this year. And I do believe that we will see some improvements during the end of this year and in the first half of next year.
Patrick, can I ask you about the stepped up investments in electrification and hydrogen? We've seen much more momentum towards electric and hybrid vehicles at this point. How is it changing the numbers, the volumes and profitability for you?
We are prepared. In fact, it's not a surprise. We are well aware about the electrification. This is a mega trend in our industry. Our assumption, with which we work internally, is to have 30% of the cars sold in 2030 being zero emission cars, battery electric vehicles and fuel cell electric vehicles. This means differences. To give you the two figures which I think are important, it means 47% in Europe, close to 50%, and close to 25% in the US, as an example, 12% in the rest of the world, 41% in China. So you see, the world is not equal on this electrification. Things will not be synchronized the same way.